Hey, I'm V from the A-Team and welcome to 4-Minute Film School. Today we are taking a look at how to use film lights to emphasize a practical light in your scene. Let's go. I'm here with Carissa Dorson, who is a cinematographer here in Los Angeles, who works on narrative short films and features. And today we are looking at how to use a practical to motivate the lighting behind a dramatic confrontation scene.
So for this scene, we really wanted to make it look like it was lit by just one practical lamp and just fall to shadows in the background, basically. Finding a great location can really make a DP's job so much easier. And I loved this room that we were filming in because it had very dark wood and dark brick in the background. That made my job so much easier. I decided to place the lamp next to our male character, who was the more kind of intimidating character in our scene. Having the light right next to him created more shadows.
You get a little bit more contrast between the bright parts of the face and the dark parts of the face. So when shooting with a practical like this lamp, how do you deal with exposing?
So when you're just exposing so that the lamp looks pleasing to the eye in the frame, it's not really illuminating the talent as much as you would want. That's why we added lights to basically bring up the exposure on them, but still make it seem realistic as if it was coming from the lamp. We had two LS1s rigged by arming them over and cross-keying. So we had one that was directly above the lamp, and then we had one that was right above her, that was his lighting. Since we were cross-keying, it still kind of felt like it could be coming from our practical.
So when using panels, it's actually great because it gives you a soft kind of light, but it also throws light everywhere if you don't control it. What did you use to control those panels?
We had the light banks on the LS1Cs, and that actually softened our lights but helped control them a bit too. And on top of that, we were using a lot of cinefoil black wrap to help take the light off the walls in any place that we didn't want it. We used an incandescent bulb inside the lamp that was already there, and that just tends to look very warm, and so we wanted to match that. And we just used 3200 color temperature lights, and then we rated our camera at 5600, so that made the light look so much more orange and yellow.
So then when you go into the close-up on her, you actually introduced another light behind her to add dimension and to sort of extend the room behind her in those blinds. What was that?
So behind her was a window in the deep background. It just fell to black without putting anything there. So we added a 300D2 outside shooting in. On top of that, we added some steel blue gel to give a real moonlight feel to it.
And because your camera was already at a warmer color temperature, if you didn't add the gel, it would just look white. And then when you went over to the other side, did you change the lighting at all?
Yeah, we made it a lot softer actually. We brought in some muslin and shot the LS1 through that. That meant we had to control it even more. So we basically made a box of floppies around the muslin so that it wasn't hitting the wall too much.
So we shot this whole thing with a cinema camera, but we also shot it with an iPhone to show that these lighting principles work no matter what kind of camera you have. Was there anything specific that you did for the iPhone shot?
I just adjusted the brightness and exposure within the iPhone and made sure that the bulb wasn't blowing out.
I think it's astounding to see the difference of the shot without lighting, just the way the living room was, and then with the lights applied. Even through an iPhone, you can see there's a huge difference. So let's see the whole scene together. All right, so when we're trying to place film lights to imitate the look of a practical, what are some things we should keep in mind?
So you want to expose for the lamp first and then add light as needed for your talent. And then to make the scene look really warm and moody, you can set your color temperature to 5600 when you're using 3200 Kelvin lights. And then lastly, the direction of your lights should make it seem like the talent is being lit by the lamp in the scene.
Using practicals always brings a special challenge to a shoot, which brings me to our common question: what is the coolest practical you've used in one of your shoots? What's the coolest one you've used?
I really liked the lamp we used in this scene. I wanted to keep it.
It was a dope lamp. Let us know in the comments below. The best comment is going to win an Aputure MC, which is our new mini RGB panel. Go ahead and like this video and also subscribe. If you want to follow us, our social media links will be down below. And until next time, have a great day. Bye.